Algorand value equivalent to $1,897 a coin. The present exchanged cost range to 9896 to 1942. The earlier day closed 1934. The change was 0.37, 191%. Reverse rate, US to Algo. Algorand figure for August 2024. Initially costed $0.704. Excessive costs at 1.15, while low costs are 0.704. They found the middle value of costs 0.875. Algorand cost gauge toward the month's ends 0.77. Change for August 16%. Algorand cost expectation for September 2024. In the first place, cost at $1977. Exorbitant costs 0.4054, while low costs 1.77. They found the middle value of costs 21.875. Algorand cost gauge toward the month's end 0.293. Change for September 16%. Algorand gauge for October 2024. In the first place, cost at $0.293. Exorbitant costs MB 552, while low costs on 2018. They arrived at the midpoint of costs 0.362. Algorand cost conjecture toward the month's ends 0.385. Change for October 4%. Algorand cost expectation for November 2024. Before all else, cost at $0.385. Excessive costs 0.61, while low costs 0.385. They arrived at the midpoint of costs 0.6025. Algorand cost conjecture toward the month's end 0.767. Change for November 16%. Algorand conjecture for December 2024. Before all else, cost at $0.767. Excessive costs 3.435, while low costs 0.767. They arrived at the midpoint of costs $0.45. Algorand cost figure toward the month's ends pre-on 210. Change for December 16%. Algorand cost expectation for January 2025. Initially cost at pre-on $210. Excessive costs pre-on 1635, while low costs pre-on 159. They arrived at the midpoint of costs pre 350. Algorand cost figured toward the month's ends 3.397. Change for January 5.8%. Algorand figure for February 2025. Initially cost at $0.397. Excessive costs on 4024, while low costs 3.397. They arrived at the midpoint of costs 3 on 645. Algorand cost conjecture toward the month's end 0 on 761. Change for February 10.7%. Algorand cost expectation for Walk 2025. At the outset, cost at $761. Excessive costs on 40.75, while low costs pre on 629. They arrived at the midpoint of costs pre at 67. Algorand cost conjecture toward the month's end 3.902. Change for spring 3.7%. Algorand estimate for April 2025. To start with, cost at $789.2. Exorbitant costs on 42.79, while low costs pre on 719. They found the middle value of costs pre 9.75. Algorand cost estimate toward the month's ends pre 9.99. Change for April 2.5%. Algorand cost expectation for May 2025. Initially cost at $999. Excessive cost on 44.50, while low costs be an 18.68. They arrived at the midpoint of costs of 4.119. Algorand cost figure toward the month's ends on 4.159. Change from May 4%. Algorand figure for June 2025. At the outset, cost at some $4.159. Excessive costs on 40.6028, while low costs of 40.22. They arrived at the midpoint of costs of 42.84. Algorand cost conjecture toward the month's ends of 43.25. Change for June 4%. Algorand cost expectation for July 2025. At the outset, cost at $43.25. Excessive costs on 48.13, while low costs 48.83. They found the middle value of cost on 44.55. Algorand cost gauge toward the month's ends of 24.98. Change for July 4%. Algorand gauge for August 2025. In the first place, cost at $44.98. Exorbitant costs in $4,900, while low costs are $14,258. They found the middle value of cost of 559. Algorand cost gauge toward the month's ends 45.79, change for August 18%. Algorand cost expectation for September 2025. In the first place, cost at $45.79. Exorbitant costs on $49.56, while low costs on $14,308. They found the middle value of costs of $619. Algorand cost gauge toward the month's ends $632, change for September 12%. Algorand estimate for October 2025. To start with, cost at $632. Exorbitant costs on $749, while low costs on $6032. They found the middle value of costs of $597. Algorand cost estimate toward the month's ends of $373, change for October 16%. Algorand cost expectation for November 2025. To start with, cost at $5,373. Exorbitant costs of $5,373, while low costs on $4,297. They found the middle value of costs on $4,864. Algorand cost estimate toward the month's ends at $45.13, change for November 16%. Algorand figure for December 2025. Initially cost at $45 to $13. Excessive costs on $25.13, while low costs free were $5.26. They arrived at the midpoint of costs on $14.86. Algorand cost figure toward the month's ends $791, change for December 16%. Algorand cost expectation for January 2026. To start with, cost at $791. Exorbitant cost on $20.21, while low costs were $581. They found the middle value of costs beyond $836. Algorand cost estimate toward the month's ends beyond $851, change for January 16%. Us to Algo expectation for May 2024. Initially cost at 5,255 coins. Excessive cost 5,882, while low 4,535. They arrived at the midpoint of cost 5,180. The US to Algo figure toward the month's end 5,048, change for May 39%. Dollar to Algorand figure for June 2024. Initially cost at 5,048 coins. Excessive cost 5,653, while low 4,281. They arrived at the midpoint of cost 4,978. The US to Algo conjecture toward the month's end 4,929, change for June 24%. US to Algo expectation for July 2024. At the outset cost at 4,929 coins. Excessive cost 6,309, while low 4,929. They arrived at the midpoint of cost 5,509. The US to Algo conjecture toward the month's end 5,869, change for July 1%. Dollar to Algorand conjecture for August 2024. At the outset cost at 5,869.